Greetings, everyone. This is Vakar Kauri from TFT Perspective, and today we're going to discuss Pakistan-US relations and the economic cooperation, especially when President-elect Trump is going to be inaugurated on 20th of this month, that is 20th January. And even in, I think, last Trump's administration, the relationship was not really bad, but rather Pakistan and US cooperated, especially for exit of US forces from Afghanistan, and definitely it went on a slightly positive note. There's a need to actually look at the depth of relationship between Pakistan and United States, even right from I think inception, from independence of Pakistan, it went on a positive trajectory. And if you look at the golden era of relationship, it was late 50s and 60s when US helped Pakistan a lot in infrastructure development. If you look at the larger dams and building up of military capability, as well as Pakistan then was considered a success story of, let's say, for an alliance with the Western Bloc. And definitely it does reflect the resilience and hard work of people of Pakistan and the leadership of that time. Then, of course, we had a seesaw of relationship becoming slightly cold in early 70s, and then later on picking up during the first invasion of Afghanistan by a superpower, and this time this was Soviet Union. And then we saw Pakistan becoming a front line against Soviet Union, and even in General Zia's time, if you look at the visits and his interaction with President Ronald Reagan at that time, and even if you look at the alliances, the post World War II alliances, especially in South and West Asia, Pakistan played a very pivotal role, whether it was SEATO or SENATO. And also during war on terror in President Musharraf times, Pakistan was a major non-NATO ally, and still I think the relationship on security does exist, but there have been, I think, some misperception which we need to basically address. Definitely, US has its own interest in West Asia, in South Asia, Indo-Pacific, as well as Eastern Europe. And at some places, Pakistan and US interests do converge, especially in the regional security framework. We have seen terrorism again, raising its head in Afghanistan. And then we've seen back-to-back attacks by linked to ISIS within continental US, which is becoming very, very serious. So it means that it could be, another era of cooperation coming up. But we are also going to touch upon the economic cooperation, the kind of exports Pakistan does to the United States, and in terms of technology, how much dependent Pakistan is. Also highlight the good job being done by Pakistani diaspora, which is now believed to be more than 700,000 people. So very strong diaspora. And especially if you look at the United States map in the north, east, and then of course in Texas and California, and even I think some states in the Midwest, you find a large diaspora of Pakistan contributing very well. If you look at their figures in education, they are highly educated lot, and they are making a huge contribution. Even in philanthropy, it is believed that they contribute like $1 billion every year within United States as well as outside United States and in Pakistan. Now, with the Trump administrations coming up, Pakistan envisions a renewed focus on enhancing economic ties, fostering business-to-business collaborations, and deepening people-to-people connection across all the fields. Even in the, I think, information technology sector or the high-tech sector in Silicon Valley, reportedly, I think there are 10,000 plus Pakistani engineers and technicians who are contributing to US economy and also helping their kith and kins back in Pakistan. US is also one of the top export destinations for Pakistani exports, which basically indicates mutual benefits of this thriving trade relationship. We have textiles and apparel to agriculture products, IT services, which is increasing. I have found a lot of friends coming from United States and investing in Pakistani human resource for outsourcing of a lot of material especially related to information technology and services. And they are very keen. They find that Pakistanis are, one of the best, let's say, human resource in the field of information technology. Garments, leather and footwear, pharmaceuticals, medical equipment, chemicals, raw materials, and sports goods. Even I think a lot of sports goods in US are made in Pakistan. So basically, Pakistan, the diverse offerings enrich the US market. It also supports some of the US industries and consumers by providing high-end, high-quality, cost-effective goods. And this is basically mutually beneficial trade relationship and helps sustain jobs in sector like retail, logistics, manufacturing in the US while offering consumer access to competitively, price premium quality products. There is also scope for increasing the trade relationship because, like President-elect Trump is now looking at one, of course, bringing jobs back to continental US. The other is also developing the expertise so American, people can now compete. The other, I would say, big wigs in the market of industry and manufacturing. So they definitely need human resource as well as manufacturing within United States. So definitely, Pakistan's human capital can be a good addition. It can create jobs for both nations and build bridges of trust and interdependence. Uh, Now, there are few areas which I think Pakistan and US, especially when it comes to business and economic ties, can basically, tap, let's say, the potential. One is, of course, information technology and software service, which I've already said, but it can easily be doubled. And even if you look at timings, Pakistani software engineers and technicians are very hardworking and they can, I think, produce results in very limited time. Renewable energy, because here basically US has, I would say, the expertise. They can come and even establish industries here and also export advanced manufacturing, cultural and creative industries, and tourism. There's a lot of scope, and we expect that American, especially those who are basically into adventure sports, coming to the Pakistani northern areas and enjoying also and also seeing this beautiful basically area. Then, of course, there are collaborative initiatives, joint ventures, technology transfers. It could actually propel uh, economic activity on both sides. Pakistan's geographical position is also important, especially if you look at geostrategic location, because it is called the zipper of civilization. It connects four major areas. You have South Asia with India as a huge neighbor. Then you have China. Then you have Russia or the Slavic civilization. And on the west is basically the Persian civilization and also connecting it with Europe. If you remember RCD, Pakistan, Iran, Turkey, the railway and road still exists. You can travel to Europe by road. You can travel to even Southeast Asia by road. You can travel to China by road, and you can travel to Russia and Central Asia by road. So all told, if you now connect Karachi and the deep sea water port of Gwadar, it means that Pakistan offers huge opportunities as an access to these huge markets. And Pakistan's own demographic potential, if you look at 240 to 250 million people, itself creates a huge market. It's almost, I'll not say as big as European Union, but 75% of European Union or 75% of United States itself. So it has a huge, I think, market for any kind of product and consumption. Now we come to the Pakistani diaspora, and I feel that uh, the diaspora in the West is closer to more than 2 million. And in United States, now the figures are that they are more than 700,000. So there are different figures available. If you look at their concentration, you have in New York City, Chicago, New Jersey. These are the main areas. And then you come to Texas, huge Pakistani diaspora, and California. And then, of course, there are basically other states as well. Many industrialized nations view their diaspora to be basically a huge, uh, I would say, potential for economic growth as well as people-to-people contact. And if you look at contributions of Pakistani diaspora within the United States in all fields, It's not only, let's say, their own businesses. If you look at mega businesses like Shahid Khan, who's also in the top, let's say, Forbes top richest persons in United States, and is also considered to be, let's say, a Pakistani origin American, the richest person for Pakistan also. And the way he has contributed in philanthropy, in sports, like in NFL, he basically holds an NFL, you know, club. And then, of course, his expertise in production of spare parts for and automotive industries. So this is one. Then you also dig into, there is now Pakistani diaspora into Hollywood, especially in the comedy, circles. They are also into healthcare. Pakistani doctors of high-end doctors are almost 18,000 in US, and then I think a couple of thousands in Canada. So all told, look at Apna, one of their organizations of physicians of North America. They are doing a wonderful job, and they did very well during COVID, and they basically worked in high risk environment and helped the American public in dealing with the COVID pandemic. Um, then we have few of the names like Kumail Ali Nanjiani. If you look at his performance, he's been on HBO as Ganesh, and then of course now he has a number of sitcoms and comedy shows. So it indicates that now Pakistani diaspora is also into entertainment industry. There is also Pakistani Americans into American military, which may be a surprise for some of the people. That out of 4,000 plus Muslim service members, Pakistan has a contribution, I think 150 officers and soldiers, and maybe it is now more because these figures are about 4 or 5 years old. If you look at some of the soldiers who laid their lives for United States, is Captain Humayun Khan, who was a Pakistani American, laid his life for US in Iraq War in 2004 and was posthumously awarded the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart, and his family is known as the Gold Star family, because this is a tradition since World War II that parents, they then whose let's say close kins have sacrificed their lives for the United States, they can put a flag with a gold star. So basically we have a gold star family. Then another Pakistani American who received a Bronze Star and Purple Heart was Kareem Rashid Sultan Khan, who again died in Iraq. And of course, there are some of officers who have now reached the rank of Lieutenant Colonels also. Now coming back to the concentration of Pakistani diaspora in the United States, so if you look at the top, it's New York, about I think 80,000, Texas 75,000, California, Illinois, Virginia, New Jersey, Maryland, Florida, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Massachusetts, and North Carolina. These are the states where you have a large concentration. Of course, Pakistanis are basically spread across. Now coming to Shahid Khan, again he's a billionaire, basically who owns auto parts company and the NFL team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and his net worth, I think, a few years back was more than $6 billion. I'm sure it must be now touching very close to $10 billion, and he is in top ranks of the Forbes 400 list. Pakistani Americans are also high achievers academically, tend to be better educated as compared to other heritage groups in the United States, with 89% being at least high school graduate, which is, I think, very encouraging, and about 54% holding a bachelor's or higher professional degree. So this is, I think, something which is different than, let's say, Middle East or maybe United Kingdom, that in United States, Pakistani community is highly educated. They give value to, and then they contribute to US economy also, and US, I would say, society. Now coming to, I think, Pakistan's geostrategic positioning and the history of alliances that I've already touched. Now, if you look at Trump's inauguration on 20th of January, he has his hand full, we understand. Huge challenges in West Asia, huge challenge in Eastern Europe, and also maybe Indo-Pacific. So these are going to be, as far as security is concerned, Look at Pakistan, US partnership for security, international security, and peace building and peace enforcement. It has been in different areas. If we look at the United Nations uh, missions abroad, Pakistan is one of the highest contributors because demographically it can afford it. It's a huge army and other services. And also professionally, it is considered to one of the best militaries in the world. So that's where it is given preference. Now, if you look at West Asia and the challenges arising out of the conflict, Pakistan can become, I would say, a balancer also and cooperate with the United States in bringing peace to the region. And in case even there is some peacekeeping force required in conflict zone, Pakistan has the ability and potential and I would say prowess to help that. Similarly, in Indian Ocean, there are definitely different power plays. Pakistan is not against United States or Pakistan is not against any other friendly country, but in the multi-alignment domain, there's always scope for cooperation and keeping the sea lines of communication open. Pakistan Navy is also, if you look at the task force which operates in North Arabian Sea against piracy, it takes a lead role and it has been cooperating. We've been also having exercises with a lot of countries, Russia, China, and also United States, including maritime, air, and for counterterrorism. Afghanistan is again an area where there will be requirement of cooperation of both countries, especially for dealing with the ISIS threat. And then, of course, is Eastern Europe, where there are serious problems. And we hope and pray that President Trump, when he comes, he is able to bring peace. So hopefully, at least one, I would say, front cools down, and the world can have a sigh of relief. So all told, I think Pakistan-US relations are, I would say, very deep. And it's not only military to military, it is in businesses, it is in peoples to people contact, it is in mutual development. Then, of course, it is in basically peacekeeping across the world. So it's a very comprehensive relationship. And I'm sure when President Trump is inaugurated, he will look at Pakistan as a partner and work for benefit of both the countries. Thank you very much.